Hey, what's going on, friends? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal, and his name is
Kyle.
Oh, why was that so depressing?
It's like not a very exciting name. It's just like, I'm Kyle.
But like, are you, as a emotional life, are you feeling depressed? Like, why was that so down?
No, it's just, that was my, I guess that's just my inner self coming out.
Oh, okay.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, you are pretty monotone. Like, your baseline,
Yeah.
people probably think you hate everything, even
Yeah.
if you're, like, totally happy.
I've said this before and I get asked all the time. Somebody actually asked me at work. They said, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I realize my face looks sad. It's just my face.
Well, it's a combination of the face and the voice.
Yeah, maybe. And that's probably not good for podcasting. So, I have my podcast voice. Like, would you say that I talk differently on here than I do in real?
You do, but it's not the sound of your voice. It's more of, like, the presentation.
Yeah.
And I think everyone does that.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't. There is some way, like, I don't know the term, but like the way we present our words are obviously different. If we're just sitting here talking and be like, "What's up, bitch? You see the game last night?"
Yeah. Crazy. Like that's what.
Yeah,
what
like
our conversations.
it would there'd be no energy.
Yeah. Okay. No, so we don't need that. Yeah. See, you're gonna hurt something.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I have a question for you though.
Yeah.
I keep seeing this word POG, P-O-G, being thrown around. I know what P-A-W-G is. Fat ass white girl.
Oh.
And then
no,
POG.
that's pretty ass white girl.
No.
POG.
Fat with a P. Fat with a P. I'm pretty sure.
I think it stands for pretty ass white girl.
I don't think it is. Anyways.
Okay.
But then there's
POG.
There's POG, like the drink, which is pomegranate, orange, guava, or whatever the fuck.
I can enlighten you on what.
But then there's POG. People just will comment like podcast POG or like
and
whatever.
Poggers. You ever heard
Well,
Poggers?
yeah. What the fuck is that?
I'll explain.
I'm afraid to
I'm
know
a
what
pod
it is.
Connoisseur.
Are you?
Yeah. Okay. So clearly it's a juice. It's pretty ass white girl or fat ass white girl.
Okay.
No. So POG is short for Poggers.
Okay.
And Poggers is a term that originated in the Twitch community.
Okay.
So if you're big on Twitch, which you're not the biggest gaming nerd in the world.
No.
There's a lot bigger degenerates than you.
Right.
And if someone would do something epic or like something crazy on stream, like, if their girlfriend surprised them and it's like, oh, happy birthday, and they bust in the room with like a cool cake, it's like, oh, that's a Poggers moment. It's like anything just really exciting.
Oh.
So like anything that's really crazy or cool or exciting, it's like, oh shit, that's Poggers.
Thing. All right, so it's a good thing.
Or like Pog Champ. Okay, let me actually. There's Pog Champ.
Pog Champ.
Pog Champ.
What's that?
That's the same thing. They're all shorter for each other. So there's Pog Champ. Poggers is kind of just an easier way to say it. It's like, oh, Poggers.
But where did that come from? Like, why is that? Why?
We can find the original origin, but that's what it means. And then Pog is just like, it's like dope. It's like it goes from radical to gnarly to cool.
Yeah, but would I say like that's Pog or like?
There's no wrong way, Kyle. We're not judgmental here.
You are Pog?
Yeah, you could say you're Pog,
you're
that's Pog, big Pog.
Oh, that's so Pog.
Yeah, anything's Pog.
Nice.
So like Seahawks winning, Pog Champ, dude.
That's so okay. All right.
Okay, so let me type in define Pog Champ. PogChamp refers to an emote, a small image used in so emotes are in the chat. There's little images that you can use, and each streamer, if you're like a partnered streamer, you can get your own custom emotes where you have your own individual emotes that no one else can use in any other chat but yours. This is the PogChamp image.
Why? So, this is just a...
It's because that's a guy. I think I forget his name, but PogChamp refers to an emote, a small image used in Twitch chats on the video game streaming platform Twitch, used to express shock, surprise, and excitement.
Wow. All right.
And I'll go to Urban Dictionary now. It's an emote on Twitch.tv that usually is supposed to symbolize hype or excitement. For example, OMG, Justin Wong playing Street Fighter V, PogChamp.
Okay. Well,
so now you know.
I think I get it now. I'm just glad it's a good connotation. I was thinking, listen, I saw it was the scissor picture and someone commented Pog and I was like, naturally I know the other Pog is a porn term and I wasn't sure if.
And the other Pog is a juicy porn.
Yeah, so it's like if it's like juice porn, I don't know if, juices may have been flowing in that scissoring, but.
Yeah, so
I just wanted to know.
They're just saying, damn, that's pretty hype. I'd love to be there with you guys.
That's good to know. I'm glad that I was wrong.
Excitement.
Good.
So
okay, well now we can get into the meat of this episode. I will pretty much be your host today. John will be my subject, because now it's John's turn to take the personality test. We've given enough buffer to where yes,
your nose is really red.
What?
I don't know. Your nose is
what
really
part of my what part of my nose?
Is it like your whole nose is just kind of red?
I mean, it's really hot outside, so that I could have got sunburned. It's like 34 degrees.
It's fucking freezing.
It's probably just because I'm fucking...
I think it's because it's cold.
Yeah, that's probably why.
But
my nose is running.
A little more red than I'm used to.
I mean,
caught me off guard.
Really gonna throw? Is this gonna like affect how accurate your personality test is gonna be?
It's
like,
not something like you don't need a WebMD it.
Oh, I'm looking at it. It looks pretty normal.
Okay, okay. Continue.
How do you feel about my nose? Is it too big?
No,
too
you
pointy?
have a perfect nose.
I think I have a pointy nose. Like I feel like I have a big nose.
Turn.
Like.
No, you got a. We
I
both
got a sharp nose.
We both got some Norwegian noses.
Okay. Your nose is smaller than mine for sure. Your nose is less noticeable. I think mine's
less
big.
noticeable.
Less noticeable. All right. Well, anyways, if you guys haven't seen, you guys can check out my personality quiz. We already took it. It basically told me that I was, top tier, pretty great person. So
can you recap what was the category called?
I was an adventurer. So I was like, I don't really remember what it told me. I just remember it saying, I could like relate really well to others. Like I was empathetic. Like,
you valued like love and family and friends.
Yeah, which that's true. It said I had like fluctuating self-esteem and like, yeah, I don't know, but it told me a lot of great things, and it
was pretty damn accurate.
Yeah, it was pretty accurate.
Before we start, I want to say, the other night I actually ended up doing my quiz as well. So I got mine, and I wanted to see I was just really curious and wanted to see how accurate it was. It was really fucking accurate, and I also did it for my mom and dad, and theirs was really accurate. And I don't want to say what it was yet because it would ruin all the hype, but I'm hoping that the results are like the same as they were.
I hope that you're not trying to go off of what you said in the past. I hope that this is just what you're feeling now within yourself.
I'll be fully authentic.
Okay,
100% honesty here.
Do you remember what my letters were? Mine was like IFSP.
IFSP?
No, I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. Anyways, okay, John, we'll start now. So it goes on a scale of agree to disagree, and there's like a bunch of bubbles.
And we'll just say, so there's neutral in the middle, and then let's say slightly agree, and mostly agree, and then fully agree.
So you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people.
See, I do, but like not all the time.
Yeah.
So I'd say slightly agree.
Slightly agree? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas.
Agree.
Completely agree.
100%.
Okay. Yeah, that's very true. Your travel plans are most likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary.
I'd probably say neutral because I can do both.
Yeah. You can play both
I'm
ways.
sometimes a planner, but I don't mind just kind of winging it.
Okay. Good. All right. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place.
Agree.
Yeah, very agree. Dude. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah. My mom and dad both said they agree.
Oh, man. That is the worst. I get into those situations all the time where I'm like, I kind of freeze in the situation, and then I walk out of that situation. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the trait of like just being like quick on your feet and witty is something I've always wished I was better at. And I think that's an example is like some people are just really snappy on what to say, and they probably aren't the ones, they probably don't think about what to say afterwards.
I think I'm witty in situations where it's like joking back and forth, but when it's like someone complaining to me or telling me something that they don't like or like
something serious,
then I kind of freeze up a little bit, or like if they're getting mad at me for something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. Do you think you support people emotionally?
Yeah, I would say mostly agree.
I
think sometimes I try and solve it.
Yeah.
But
okay. People can rarely upset you.
Disagree.
Completely disagree. Okay.
People piss me off.
Yeah, that's true. People are kind of the worst. Yeah, you often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going.
I often rely.
Yeah.
Say mostly agree.
Mostly agree.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have
slightly agree.
Slightly agree.
Yeah, I'm changing that.
Okay. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. You said that was not really you before, I think. You said like if you have to bail on plans, you're not gonna do it again. Like you're just not gonna get back to that. Like if you're gonna hang out with someone and then I
postpone it.
Yeah, you have to work on the podcast. Is that your top priority again? I don't think it is.
See, these kind of depend on the scenario.
Yeah,
exactly. That's one example. But then another example is like if I'm planning on editing the podcast, but my mom is like, yo, my car broke down. I need you to come pick me up. I'm going to get back to that podcast as quick as I can.
Yeah. So
neutral.
Okay. You rarely worry about, you rarely worry if you make a good impression on someone you met.
Disagree.
Always
worry.
Yeah, same here. It would be a challenge. It would be a challenge for you. I'm so fucking bad at reading. Yeah. Holy shit. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored.
Disagree.
Completely disagree?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, I've spent most of my life by myself. I lived by myself for like a year. Bored? No. Oh, that says without feeling?
It would be a challenge, to spend yourself by the weekend without feeling bored.
Yeah, so that's saying it would be a challenge to do it without feeling bored.
Oh, you're right.
I disagree.
You're right.
I like spending time by myself.
Would you prefer to be by yourself or with somebody?
I think that's a question in a little bit.
Oh.
So we'll get to that.
You are more of a detail-oriented person than a big picture person.
This one is also really weird to me because I think if you're a big picture person, you're gonna inevitably be pretty detail oriented.
I would think so too. Yeah.
So I think just neutral because I'm both.
I don't like that question. You're very affectionate with people you care about.
Agree. Why do you give me that look?
Are you affectionate to me,
dude? I'm more affectionate than you are.
I'm not saying that I'm affectionate. I'm just asking. You think you're affectionate to me? What do you do? Give me one example ever.
I try to hug you, and I've tried to start the thing of where we dap each other up more.
Is that affection to you?
Yeah. I try. It's just asking. That you don't want it.
I'm just
You're
asking
not receptive to my love.
I'm just asking the questions here. I'm just the question guy. Just don't shoot the messenger.
Okay. I'm affectionate.
Shoot the message. Okay.
Shoot the message.
I don't know. I made that up. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Are you careful and methodical in your life?
I'm methodical. Like it's tough because like, does that mean I play it safe?
Yeah.
Does that mean like you're safe and you're kind of like reserved?
I think methodical is like you have a bit of a
like I feel like to me methodical is like a lot of thought goes into it.
Which I think it does for you, but at the same time I don't think you're careful.
Yeah, that's what's kind of tough. I would say just slightly agree.
Okay. You were still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago.
Agree.
Yeah. I feel like we're pretty similar so far. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Are you in the action? Are you about that action?
It says you can usually find me further away.
Yeah.
I'd say slight. This is tough. It's hard because like now I'm worried that I'm not going to get the same answer I got before.
Don't worry about it.
But like that one was really accurate. So
you shouldn't have fucking taken it. I don't know why you did.
Because I was curious. God,
you could have waited.
Yeah, I couldn't wait. It was just too eager.
Okay, I hope you get a different one now. All right. So, are you far away or are you in the action?
I'm generally a little further away.
So
slightly agree.
Slightly agree. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them.
Disagree. Because that's how I am.
You let your emotions guide you?
Yeah.
What's your emotion right now?
Joy.
You feel joy right now?
Yeah.
Good. That's great.
Pretty happy.
All right. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog.
Agree.
That's one of the hardest things I think for any human being to do is decide on what food they want and what movie they want or TV show.
I think it's our generation.
Yeah.
I think it's harder for us to make decisions in general.
Bro, I'm so bad at making decisions. Unless I know.
Kyle and food in particular.
Oh, man. Dude, you should see me and Jordan trying to watch a movie. It's so hard. I have to make the decisions, and I'm not the decision maker. Okay. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. I've seen both out of you, I feel like.
I feel like I can get shit done under pressure, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm calm while doing it.
Yeah, you might be rushing through it, but you'll get it done.
Yeah.
Or you might be, frantically doing it. So, are you calm under pressure?
Calm enough to get it done.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't ask if you're getting it done. It asks if you're calm.
Mostly agree.
Okay.
I think I'm usually calm under pressure.
All right. When in a group
wait, question.
What?
If we were to interview someone who is a very big deal, like if we booked an interview for PIMS,
Jack Sparrow.
Okay. Or like Tony Hawk.
Or yeah.
If we booked Tony Hawk,
yeah.
Would you be composed, or do you think you'd be like, would the fans be able to tell that you're nervous?
I think it's something that I've never interviewed somebody like that.
I don't know.
So I think I might not be that great, but I think as time goes on, like at the beginning of this podcast, I was a fucking piece of trash.
So if we interviewed celebrities all the time,
yeah, I think I'd get better at it.
better.
You'd probably be better because you interview people on your other podcast.
Yeah. But even then, I noticed it's not very noticeable, but I do notice a bit. I'm a bit more I feel more of an urge to perform.
Yeah,
when I'm interviewing a celebrity or whatever.
I think that just comes with being comfortable.
Yeah.
When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into the conversation. Group of strangers,
Disagree.
Are you hopping in? Yeah, that's correct. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical.
Agree. Speaking of, before this episode ends, near the end, I'm going to talk about a dream I had.
Oh.
One of maybe the weirdest dream I've ever had.
Okay, wow. That's saying a lot considering you had a dream where you beat up a seal with an axe.
And then the one where I put a pamphlet over my ankle on a scooter.
Yeah, that one too. Okay. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life?
Mostly agree.
No, maybe that's why my fucking nose is so red. It's really itchy right now.
Allergies. I'd say mostly agree.
Okay.
And I don't know, when I was reading this to my parents, they were both entirely disagreed. They're like I would never
really
they're like, I'm going to work hard to get ahead in life, but I would never intentionally do something to put someone else down for my gain.
Yeah, I think it's hard because I don't think I have what it takes to be a big CEO, because if you're one of those people, that you have to basically not really care about your workers.
Well, you can care about your workers.
I mean,
a lot of them care. A lot of them care a lot, but you have to be ruthless in certain scenarios.
I feel like at the end of the day, most big CEOs, they're taking a big chunk of,
Yeah, but I don't
everything.
think that means they don't care about their workers.
I mean, a lot of people they're working very hard, and none of this would happen, but they're making minimum wage. They're working in a factory, and none of this would get produced without these people, but they have no benefits, and they're making minimum wage.
Yeah.
And there's someone that's at the top that's sitting real pretty. I could never be that
business.
person. Yeah,
that's
why I'm saying I could never be that person. I think it is okay to step on others to get further. I guess it's what do you define as stepping on others? I would never want to ruin someone's life to get myself to the top.
Yeah.
But obviously if there's competition in the way, I'm going to want to, step on them. I'm going to want to be better than them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a hard question, but okay. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked.
Agree.
Yeah. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge.
Agree. That's what I hate, dude.
Yeah.
I know I'm good at certain things, but if I mess up,
shot to the ego.
Big shot. And I immediately
feel that.
I immediately am damn, do I even know how to podcast? Am I even an editor? If I can't do this, how the fuck am I even an editor?
Yeah. All great questions that I wonder every morning. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. I feel like you have this want to get to know more people, but I don't know if you have the actual action of getting to know more people. Because you always talk about, wanting to get to know more people, but
I do. I'm one of the most sociable drunks.
Yeah.
Yes,
But at the same time, just because you're sociable doesn't mean it's effective.
I talk to a lot of new people.
Okay, so
but I have to be drunk.
So
this is the caveat here.
Caveat.
No.
Caveat.
I don't know.
Caveat, I don't know, man. What you're thinking.
You guys can let us know.
It's caveat.
Wait, read it again.
When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know.
I'd go slightly agree.
Okay. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical.
Disagree.
Yeah.
I love
philosophical
stuff.
Yeah, that's my favorite. You would never let yourself cry in front of others.
Disagree.
Mostly disagree.
Mostly disagree.
I'm trying to think if I've seen John. Yeah, I've seen John cry.
When?
When we were younger, I've seen you cry just out of rage
and pain.
Have
you ever seen me like emotionally cry?
I'm trying to think. I feel like you didn't cry.
I cried at Connor's funeral.
Did you?
But we weren't like looking around like.
Yeah, I wasn't like
who's crying?
John?
You bitch.
Nah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I've definitely seen you cry. All right, you feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones.
Disagree.
John likes to keep it intimate.
I would never I would live in a city if it came down to it. I would live like downtown Seattle, but I'd always choose a suburb before that.
Okay. You like discussing different views and theories on this is an agree, but
I don't know.
You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Oh.
I don't know.
Do you care about the future?
I'd say like why were you so strongly thinking
I
it
just
was
heard
an
discussing
agree?
different views and theories. I saw theories.
Oh. Yeah, like I'm not super into the future of the world, but
yeah, I was thinking
that sounds dark.
No, I mean, I think a lot of young people are like that.
I guess slightly agree.
Okay. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head.
Agree.
Yeah,
my heart makes all my decisions. My head makes very little.
Useless. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. Well, you said you wanted to get into philosophy. So
yeah,
that's something you can't experience or touch, you know?
Yeah, so mostly disagree. Or I cannot imagine. I could imagine doing that in So disagree.
Completely disagree?
Yeah.
All right. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than to forgive.
I don't think I've actively gotten revenge ever.
But I think your revenge is success. You have all those people that you want to prove wrong. And that's almost your revenge. It's not like you're doing something bad to them, but you said you have no problem with giving a fuck you to people who have said, talk shit about you or whatever.
I say that, but I've never said it to someone's face. Like in my head.
Yeah.
I say
a lot of things to people in my head. Yeah.
Wait, sorry, read it one more time.
You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than to forgive.
I'd slightly disagree.
Okay. You often make decisions on a whim.
What do you think?
No. I think you think about it.
Yeah. I would say
mostly disagree.
Mostly disagree, yeah.
Yeah. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. I make things way better.
It depends who I'm with. Yeah. But
let's assume me.
The time I spend with myself is often more interesting.
Yeah. But what are you doing that's interesting by yourself?
Wait, but it says interesting and what?
Satisfying.
See.
I think I'll satisfy you. Am I not satisfying you?
No, you satisfy me, but
good.
Sometimes you got to self-satisfy. There's always a time and a place to satisfy yourself.
Trust me.
And no, I think a lot of times I'll hang out with people or go to an event or whatever. And it's not that it's not fun. I have fun, but when I sit back, a lot of times I think the way I view satisfying isn't just fun. It's fun and other things as well. So
what are the things?
like, was it beneficial? Did it make my life better? Is future John going to be glad that I did that?
I mean,
and a lot of times the answer when I'm with other people is no.
But with me,
it's not just you. So the time, I would say slightly agree that the time I spend by myself is often more satisfying. Right.
You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or message of a song or a movie.
Yup. Yeah. I love the deep meanings. I love when I find something about like a director or a song artist and they like explain the making of a song or a movie and you realize that it's like not even close to what you thought it was about.
Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. You always know exactly what you want.
I don't know.
You're not great at ordering food either.
No, so. I'm not good. I just like in terms of career stuff, I usually know what I want.
I think
but
life stuff you haven't figured out.
Life, I have no clue what I want.
Day to
so
day.
Neutral.
Okay. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently.
Disagree.
All right. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas.
Mostly agree.
You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities.
Mostly disagree.
Yeah.
I'm a big like future
guy. Huge future. But you don't care about the future of the world. It's just about
my
John's future.
Yeah, my future is the only one that matters.
I mean, that's not the best way to look at it, but that's like a decent way of looking at things. Like in some ways that's good, but in some ways that's bad when it's like
I should care about the environment more and like you know but
human
it's
rights,
like
but
poverty,
right? All that stuff. Okay. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Do you understand my feelings?
I understand them.
I don't know if you understand them.
I don't always agree with them.
Okay.
A hard time understanding.
When was the last time you disagreed with one of my feelings?
All the time.
Really? What was the last time?
I don't know. Like, dude, I disagree with your feelings all the time.
What are my feelings?
I don't know. What are your feelings?
I don't know.
Slightly disagree.
Okay. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. That's another hard question.
Yeah. I would say mostly agree.
Yeah.
Try and decide beforehand.
Yeah. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I think I might have mentioned it last time.
You definitely did.
But I really feel that people, I just have noticed a trend in my life. People really like me for the first like couple months of knowing me. But the longer someone knows me, the more they learn about me, and then they start to not like me as much.
Oh, I can totally agree with that. I just like John less and less every time I see him.
So
the more I learn,
Kyle likes me the least out of everyone on the planet.
Oh my God, I despise him. Yeah, but I mean, why do you think that is?
I just think there's a lot like under the surface. Like I think that I come off as like a fun, to like a new person. I think I'm like a fun, engaging person to talk to because I have like weird topics and I feel like I can have like a fun, like I'm good at having fun conversations. But I think that like once that like fun, new, like cool new personality wears off.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm like not fun, but it's like it was a little shtick, I think. So and then they realize like, oh, this is just John as like a person.
What?
I don't know. I just feel like the longer people know me, the less like engaging I am to them.
I mean, just be yourself. If they get bored, that's on them.
Yeah, no, and I am. I am myself.
Great.
Yeah,
so good.
I'm not myself, dog.
Okay, good. You're not yourself.
I'm not myself.
All right. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. This is something that I know you want to do, but I don't think you do.
Mostly disagree.
You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios.
Yeah, agree. Are there people out there?
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know.
You would agree?
I agree.
Okay. You look after yourself first and others come in second.
I don't know. Why do you laugh? You think I don't look after myself? Or you think I do look after myself?
I was just hoping you were going to like leave me in the dust or something. And just be like, no, only me. I don't know. What do you think? I know for me, I always looked out for others first, and then that's something I've kind of switched because if no one's going to look after you, or if you're not going to look after you, no one else is going to.
Yeah. I guess neutral.
Okay.
I think I'm kind of bordering.
Don't care about either.
Yeah.
Good.
Don't care about myself and definitely don't care about you.
Don't care. All right. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment.
Disagree.
Yeah.
If I do that, that actually eats me alive. Like if I have a plan and I just choose to not follow it, the voice inside my head is just calling me a dumb bitch.
Oh, mine does too, but it's so much easier for me to just
listen to the voice calling you a dumb bitch and go, yup.
You're like, yeah, fuck you. You're also dumb because you're also me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're you. So if yourself is calling you dumb, it's joke's on you.
I am a dumb bitch. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay. Anyways, your mood can change very quickly.
Mostly agree.
Okay. Why not completely?
I just feel like, although my friends like to joke that I'm this rage monster, which at times I can be, it's not as extreme as I think some people. Like, it's not like if someone gives me the wrong order, I'm not going to storm in and be like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, John always yells at waiters.
Like, I'm not like that type of my mood will change super quick, but I'd get flustered though. Like if I'm
seen flustered John
driving and my tire, if I get a flat tire and I'm late, then I get sweaty. And once I start sweating, you don't want to talk to me when I'm sweating.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life.
Yes, agree.
You often talk about your own feelings and emotions.
And
I feel like you talk about your feelings, but I don't think you talk about your deep.
Whoa, I have two levels.
Deep emotions.
So I talk about my feelings, but not my emotions. Are they different?
Well, no. I mean, I just meant I feel like you'll talk about surface level feelings. I don't think I've heard you dive
really
completely into yourself.
Interesting. I feel like I've pretty much opened up as deep as I can on this podcast.
Oh, maybe there's more depth.
You think there's more depth in me than I know?
I mean, probably, yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I feel like I don't hold anything back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I've probably held more back than you have. In terms of talking about things.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if someone asks me something, I'm usually not gonna intentionally not say something. Most of it's fair game usually.
Okay.
So
what would you say?
What was the question?
You often talk about your own feelings and emotions.
Mostly agree.
Okay.
Slightly agree.
You've got detailed education and career development plans stretching several years into the future.
I mean, not education, but career plans. Yeah.
Would you say it's detailed?
Not super detailed, but I have an idea of what I want. So maybe
mostly agree.
Okay.
You rarely dwell on your regrets.
Disagree.
What's a regret you've dwelled on recently?
Stopping making gaming videos because every person that had literally, I know of at least 10, probably 20 to 30 YouTubers that were the same exact channel size as me, making the same videos as me, that now have 1 million+ subs, doing the same shit that I would be doing right now.
But hey, don't dwell. Do you think you'd be happier doing that than this?
I don't know. See, I got sick of them because I was getting sick of COD, but if I would have stuck with it, Fortnite would have came out. Then I'd be a Fortnite content creator, getting millions of views off of little kids, being corny funny, making $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
But here I am.
I think you made the right choice.
I don't know, but
all right.
I hope so.
Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway.
Agree.
You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary.
Disagree.
You think you're a visionary?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would
Big
agree.
vision guy.
A huge vision.
That's so Raven. That's a secret I can see.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have.
It
doesn't mean you have to understand them. You just have to empathize with them.
Yeah.
Do you think you're an empathetic person?
I think I slightly agree. I think I can get better at it, but I do think I can, but not like I'm not a pro.
Okay. Your personal work
Question.
Yeah.
I asked my dad this when I was giving the quiz to him.
Okay.
Do you think if someone out of the blue, like you know them, it's not a random person, but a friend just randomly, like out of nowhere, told you like they've been getting sexually abused, would you be a good person to like talk with them about it, or do you think you wouldn't be very good at that and you'd probably try and like...
I mean, I don't think I can't solve their problems.
That's not what I'm saying, but could you be like a... I'm not saying you'd solve it, but would you be like a comfortable person for them to talk to, or would they probably be better off talking to like someone else about that?
I think I am a good person to talk to that about. I think I'm an understanding person, I feel like, and I feel like I can not understand but empathize with people's emotions, and like, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm good in those situations.
Okay.
Sure. All right, next question. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. I feel like you're organized.
Disagree.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm more towards the organized and consistent.
Right. Okay, I think these are the last questions. Your emotions control you more than you control them.
Mostly agree.
Yeah.
Most of my life is based on my emotions.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need.
Mostly disagree.
Yeah.
John
doesn't like having fun.
No, I like fun. It's just like when I hear party, like, I don't know.
Anxiety. That's what I hear.
Kyle, party and anxiety are synonyms.
It's just the same thing, yeah.
Kyle goes, sorry, I suffer with pretty bad party.
Sorry, anxiety. Okay. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancements could change everyday life.
Slightly agree.
Really?
Neutral. Yeah.
You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. So when you do something, do you think about the consequences regarding other people? So before you hit me, do you realize that it's going to hurt me?
Slightly disagree. I think I'm a little selfish in that sense.
Okay. You still honor the commitments you have made, even if you have a change of heart. I know the real answer to this.
What?
No.
Why?
Because you were talking about in the last episode.
What was I saying?
If you don't want to hang out with someone, you're not gonna. If you have a change of heart, you're probably not gonna hang out with them.
Oh,
you did say that.
That's terrible. Yeah. No, it's true. It's bad though.
Yeah. So would you mostly disagree or completely disagree?
Mostly disagree.
All right. Okay. Last question. You rarely feel insecure.
Mostly, slightly disagree. Sometimes I'm insecure.
Okay. Gender. Male. Guess I'll answer that for you. All right. The moment of truth. All right. You got INFJ/INFT.
And what does that say? Like what's the name?
Advocate.
Yes, that's the same one. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's learn about John.
I was so worried because this is like weirdly accurate to like. It's funny though because this has helped me learn. When I read through all of it, like I read like every part, and I've noticed a lot of times I find it hard to describe the way I view the world to others, but like this almost does it better than I could.
Interesting.
You know.
So what should I start reading through?
Wait, I think it was an advocate. Let me just make sure that's what I got last time.
John, you stand up for what's right, I guess. You genuinely strive to do what's right, and they want to help create a world where others do the right thing as well. People with this personality type may feel called to use their strengths, including creativity, imagination, and sensitivity, to uplift others and spread compassion.
Wow. I sound pretty damn good. Also, I'd like to say I read this is the rarest personality type.
Really?
It is.
You're a rare breed, John.
It is.
Good for you, man.
It says they tend to approach life with a deep thoughtfulness and imagination. Their inner vision, personal values, and quiet, principled version of humanism guide them in all things.
Ooh. Oh, this one is so John. Okay. The cost of success. At times, advocates may focus so intently on their ideals that they don't take care of themselves. Advocates may feel that they aren't allowed to rest until they've achieved their unique vision of success, but this mindset can lead to stress and burnout.
Yeah.
If this happens, people with this personality type may find themselves feeling uncharacteristically ill-tempered. That is John in a sentence.
Exactly. It's could not be more.
Yeah.
Because I view my goals as more important than almost anything.
Yeah.
Like, other than family and loved ones, the goals are the most important thing.
Okay. Let's see. You might find yourself feeling especially stressed in the face of conflict and criticism. Do you handle criticism well, you think?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
It says something here. It's a quote. It says, treat people as if they were what they ought to be and help them become what they're capable of being. And somewhere, I don't know where, but it says something about how, like, it bothers this personality type gets bothered when others aren't what they could be. And that, like,
that's very true. I think,
like, if I know someone, like, has potential and they, like, either don't care or, like, haven't realized it, it bothers me because I'm like, you could be so great.
I think you've done that with me a bit. You've helped me in that way, I think.
See, in, like, a good way or, like...
No, in a good way, yeah.
Oh, or has it been, like, annoyingly pushy?
No, I think you've helped me in a good way in that.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad. Like, and that's a struggle is, for me, it's like, I want to do that with everyone, but you have to realize that, like, people don't view the world the way you do. Mm-hmm. And so, like, there's a right way to do it. And a lot of times I feel that I want to do it, but it's like, there's only so much you can do. And a lot of, like, I can only try and help someone in a certain amount. And that at a certain point, it's up to them.
Right.
You know?
Okay. So here's some advocates you may know. Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa.
Wow, the best people ever.
Lady Gaga, Nicole Kidman,
all right.
Morgan Freeman.
Let's fucking go.
Jon Snow.
All right.
Michael Scofield from Prison Break.
Okay. It says, can we just read through some? Like,
yeah, I'm going to go to strengths and weaknesses
I
next.
just find a lot of, let's just go through most of this stuff. Advocates' unique combination of personality traits makes them complex and quite versatile. For example, advocates can speak with great passion and conviction, especially when standing up for their ideals. At other times, however, they may choose to be soft-spoken and understated, preferring to keep the peace rather than challenge others. So something that I don't know if I do enough of, it says, advocates tend to step in when they see someone facing unfairness and hardship. Many people with this personality type also aspire to fix society's deeper problems. In the hope that unfairness and hardship can become things of the past. I don't know.
No.
I could do that a bit more.
I think we all can. Okay, I got some John's strengths and weaknesses here.
Okay.
So, strengths. You are creative. Yeah.
Read the
Okay.
Read the thing.
You enjoy finding the perfect solution for the people they care about. To do this, they draw on their vivid imagination and strong sense of compassion. This can make them excellent counselors and advisors. I don't know if John would be a great counselor.
I could be an awesome counselor.
I don't know. Insightful. Advocates typically strive to move past appearances and get to the heart of things. This can give them an almost uncanny ability to understand people's true motivations, feelings, and needs. Interesting.
Something I do think I think I can read certain. I think if someone says their reason for doing something, I can often tell if that's not the real reason. Like if someone's like, oh, like, yeah, I couldn't make it because I had to do this, or like, oh, I'm not gonna come because whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's like really easy to be like, that's not why, you fucking liar. It's like you didn't go because like this, not, I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I know you do that. All right. Principled. People with this personality type, they have deeply held beliefs, and their conviction often shines through when they speak or write about subjects that matter to them. Advocates can be compelling and inspiring communicators with their idealism, persuading even the hardest of skeptics. That was a lot of words.
Would you agree with that? Am I compelling when I'm talking about something I'm passionate about, or are you listening and you're like, all right, dude, come on?
'Cause
I feel like there's
depends,
times
like,
of both.
There's times where I'm like, you lost me, but no, you're compelling. Sure.
Okay.
I think you're a good storyteller. Sure.
Passionate. Advocates can pursue their ideals with a single-mindedness that may catch others off guard. These personalities rarely settle for good enough, and their willingness to disrupt the status quo may not please everyone. That said, advocates' passion for their chosen cause is a key aspect of their personality.
Okay.
I would agree. Altruistic. Advocates generally aim to use their strengths for the greater good. They rarely enjoy succeeding at other people's expense. They tend to think about how their actions affect others, and their goal is to behave in a way that will help people around them and make the world a better place.
Do you think that's true?
I don't mind succeeding at other people's expense.
Okay.
So
that's all right.
No, I mean, I'd like the world to be better, but that's not really my biggest thing.
Okay. All right. Well, let's learn about John's weaknesses.
Yeah, tear me apart, baby.
Well, we know you're sensitive to criticism. That's true. Reluctant to open up, but you were just saying.
Wait. Let's.
You want me to read the whole thing?
Read this one.
When someone challenges their principles or values, advocates may react strongly. People with this personality type can become defensive in the face of criticism and conflict, particularly when it comes to issues that are near to their hearts.
Agreed. Very much so.
So what is some criticism I could give you that would just break you down?
Well, I wouldn't know because I'd be telling you. You'd have to come to me with something.
Yeah, but
I couldn't tell you what to criticize me
I'm just saying, like, would there be something that if I said you were, if I criticized you for it, that would just really get you?
I mean, it would, like, if you came to me and were like, hey, like, I know you think that, like, our 2 episodes a week is a good idea, but, like, I've been thinking about it, and I think it'd be better if we did 1. And it's like, listen, John, I know you've thought it through and you think it's good, but, like, I think you're wrong. I'd be like, nope, you're fucking wrong.
So I can't disagree with John?
No. But what I'm saying is, like, no, like, people can. It's just, like it says, like, I don't take it very well.
Okay.
But, like, I'm not, like, impossible to communicate with. Like, you can disagree with me.
Yeah, I disagree with John all the time.
Yeah.
All right, great. Reluctant to open up, although you were just saying that you open up fairly easy, so
we'll see.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you fully opened yourself up.
Okay, well, let's see what it says.
Advocates value honesty, but they're also private. They may find it difficult to open up and be vulnerable about their struggles. This might also be because they think they need to solve their problems on their own or don't want to burden other people with their issues. That is so John.
When advocates don't ask for help, they may inadvertently hold themselves back or create distance in their relationships. Yeah, that's pretty true.
Yeah. And it says you're a perfectionist.
The advocate personality type is all but defined by idealism. While this is a wonderful quality in many ways, an ideal situation is not always possible. Advocates might find it difficult to appreciate their jobs, living situations, or relationships if they're continually fixating on imperfections and wondering whether they should be looking for something better. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true. Avoiding the ordinary. Yeah.
Read that one.
Advocate personalities tend to be motivated by a sense of having a greater purpose in life. They might consider it tedious or unnecessary to break their big visions into small, manageable steps, but they may be setting themselves up for frustration if they don't turn their dreams into everyday routines and to-do lists. If this podcast doesn't work, it's gonna break John.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, me too. It would break me too.
Without these specifics, their goals may never materialize.
Yeah,
dude. Like, honestly, when I look at my life, like, I realize it's probably not the best, but, like, to me, it just makes sense. But, like, if I live my life, I have a job, I have a loving family, have kids that I love and that love me, everything's dandy, happy, I have fun, I do things on weekends. To me, it's like, so what? You didn't do anything. That's
all I want.
Like, if I die and if that was everything and it was happy, I still would be like, that was fucking pointless. Like, I feel like if there's not something, like, else that you're like that transcends your life, then it's like you didn't do anything. It's like you just ran in a big circle and then it ended.
Oh, okay.
Whereas if I have this bigger goal. It's like I ran in the circle and then there was like another cool little dot over here that's going to be there forever, you know?
All right. That's it. That's great. Good way to look at it, I guess. Let's learn about John's romantic relationships.
Wait. Prone to burnout. Advocates' perfectionism and reserve may leave them with few options of letting off steam. People with this personality type can exhaust themselves if they don't find a way to balance their drive. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Romance. Advocates tend to take the process of finding a romantic partner seriously. People with this personality type look for depth and meaning in their relationships, preferring not to settle for a match that's founded on anything less than true love. Oh, some people may think advocates are too choosy, and it's true that these personalities can have unrealistic expectations. Some advocates might hold out for a perfect partner or relationship that ultimately doesn't exist.
Do you think that's true? I think that's how I am.
You think you're like hoping for this like perfect scenario?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm way too picky.
Yeah.
I'm extremely picky. Because I think it's because it's...
Why do you think that is?
Because I don't want... Because in the past, I've not liked who I've become in relationships. And that's why I'm like, I need it to be the right person.
So you're afraid of like settling into something that's not ideal.
Yeah, pretty much. Or like that would stop me from accomplishing my goals.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to settle in any way.
Yeah. But it's like, what's scary is it says that they might hold out for a perfect partner that ultimately doesn't exist.
So yeah, pretty much.
Do you
think that's true? Think that's true for you?
Yeah. I mean, I view my life as like this movie that like is gonna happen.
Okay.
But it's like, what if it just doesn't happen that way?
Sometimes the movie sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Advocate personalities gravitate towards partners who appreciate them as they are, and there's a great deal of appreciation about advocates. They're warm, caring, honest, and insightful, with an ability to see the truth that lies beneath the surface appearances. Do you think you see the truth in people? Below the surface? Like, can you look at someone or talk to someone for a little bit and realize that there's more depth to them?
Yeah.
I think I'm good at that too.
Yeah. And I think I can tell if someone's being like fake.
Yeah.
Even if it's just subtly fake, like if they're not being fully themselves. But relating to that, I think something that I find really like attractive is when someone like really cares about
nice teeth.
Nice teeth are pretty hot. But like if someone really cares about like what you want to do in your life, like I feel like there's people who like they're fun to be around, but they don't like deeply, truly care about like your other passion outside of like what you do.
Yeah.
And I think some couples, like I know people who have got frustrated because the other person like doesn't build them up to do like to pursue things outside of their like financial income sort of.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing too, is like well, also like if you're not even going to ask questions about me, like I'm not just going to tell you. That's just a big pet peeve for me, like someone that's not like if they're not going to ask questions and try to like dig deeper and actually get to know you, cuz I'm someone that like I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you go out of your way to do that.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like if someone if I don't reciprocate that, or if that's not reciprocated, then I'm pretty much
fucking
like
annoying.
That's why I'm like so
brick
picky.
Walls.
Yeah.
Like I swear I've been on like some dates with girls where it's like you're like, "Oh, so like, you know, what are you studying? Like what's your dream? What do you want to do?" They'll talk for like 10 minutes and then they'll like sit there.
Just don't even ask about
and
what's your dream.
Yeah, it's like, do you know how to have a conversation or do you just talk about yourself all fucking day?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, big fan of people who ask questions. I think asking questions is a good skill to have.
You know what I was complimented on the other day?
Asking a question?
I was told you're really good at asking good questions.
What's like a good question you would ask on a date?
Well, I don't know. But like, I don't know. Put me on the spot. But I think
that's a good skill.
If you're talking about a random topic, I think I can have good follow-up questions.
Yeah. And
I think I've developed that because of the podcast.
Yeah.
We've gotten better at like carrying it on.
Yeah, I would agree. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of a conversation with someone and the thing that I add into the conversation is just such a podcast thing that I say, and I'm like, like that was just kind of unnecessary in that, you know, like I didn't need to dig any deeper than the current surface we were on.
All right. Well, should we move on to friendships?
Yeah, let's find out if John's a good friend or not. You have a deep desire for authenticity and sincerity in everything they do.
From their daily activities to their relationships. As a result, people with this personality type rarely settle for friendships of convenience. Rather than rely on superficial interactions with the people they see every day at work or school, they generally prefer to have a close circle of confidants.
Advocates tend to light up around friends who share their passions, interests, and beliefs. I think that's true for John.
Yeah. Few things give these personalities more pleasure than connecting with others over discussions and about meaningful ideas and philosophies.
Yes.
Once advocates know they can trust someone completely, they find it incredibly fulfilling to share their innermost thoughts, ideas, and feelings with them.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Oh, and then it says you have high standards for someone. You have high standards for friendships. Do I meet your standards? What are your standards for a good friend? I think that's a tough question.
For me, a good friend is someone who, like, obviously is fun to be around.
Yeah.
Who, like, makes me better. I have had friends where I'm around them and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like they're
not making you better.
Yeah, it's like I spend time with them and I leave like a worse person. And it's like, that's just, everyone's had a friend like that before.
Yeah, I think so.
It says they want to feel compatible with their friends on a deep level. In addition, advocates' personalities generally want to surround themselves with people who will inspire them to grow and improve. That's a big thing. That's why, like I've always said, my biggest thing I hate is like laziness. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I've just always felt like if I'm working hard on myself and the people around me aren't, I almost feel like shortchanged.
Yeah.
It's like I'm working my ass off and like you aren't, and that bothers me. But like, that's what I said before is I've learned a lot about like realizing that people don't see the world this way.
Yeah, they're on
like a whole different level.
Yeah.
Most advocates don't just want to have fun with their friends. They also want to learn new things, make new discoveries, and deepen their bonds. Do you feel like, so kind of what it just said was like, for me, and I would agree with that like, I don't want friends where I just have fun. Like if all we do is have fun, that's like not enough for me.
So you want some sad times.
Some sad or just some like, what's the introspective times?
I don't even know what that means.
It means like you talk about yourselves and your dreams and like your feelings and like,
yeah,
just, but like, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I think, I feel like why I feel so connected to our friends is because like we all kind of went through this same kind of thing, like when Connor died. Like I feel like that kind of brought us together. I feel like before that maybe we didn't talk necessarily about deeper things as much. I think we did, but that
was like a catalyst.
Yeah, I think now, or at least when that situation began, like when he was diagnosed, that I feel like is when we first really started all talking about like deeper things like that.
Yeah.
Like I learned a lot about our friends and things that I had never known about any of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely something I appreciate is like, obviously it's great to have fun, and I pretty much have fun anytime with my friends.
Yeah.
But it's not all about having fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot deeper things that you need in a friend than just having fun.
Yeah.
So
I think you are the ingredient of fun. Like I think if all our friends were together but you weren't there, it wouldn't be as fun.
Thanks.
No, I'm serious. I think
I'll take that.
Like we could have fun.
Jesus,
we could have fun. We could have fun with just the boys.
Yeah.
Without Kyle, but like there is some nugget that's lost. Kyle's presence.
I'm that little nugget.
Kyle adds a little nugget of something.
Yeah, I'm that little piece of shit at the end and just kind of falls out.
Sometimes it's like stupidity. Sometimes I don't know what it is. It's you never know what you're gonna get.
Okay, that's good. I'll take that.
Because advocates are a rare personality type, they may meet relatively few people who remind them of themselves. As a result, they may feel as if they need to settle for less than fulfilling friendships or else accept being alone. God,
do you feel like it's hard for you to find people that are like you?
Yeah.
I think there's not a lot of people like you.
When I like just meet people, that's why when I do find someone, I have like one friend in particular that I know that I'm like, and I think it's like a totally different experience when I hang out with them versus anyone else. Cause it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like way different.
All right. Let's find out John is a parent.
Parenthood, baby. This will be interesting because like we're not parents yet.
Yeah. basically told me I was going to be like a dad that just has a bunch of like, carrying the baby on the chest and
you're really into being a dad.
Yeah, and I'm going to be. So that was accurate. Let's see. Advocate parents generally strive to be devoted and loving towards their children at all times. As they imagine their children's future, what advocates really look forward to is being able to interact and connect as equals with the people that they helped raise.
So I sound like I'm going to be a really goddamn good dad.
Well, yeah.
Oh, be unique just like me. As their children grow, advocates may unconsciously project a great deal of their own beliefs onto them.
I think that's true. Yeah. I think what would be tough for you is if your child is a lazy piece of shit.
Dude,
you're going to hate him.
If my child doesn't want to
do anything.
Just do, or not even if they just don't like the things that I like, I'm going to be so annoyed.
Yeah, if my kids don't like sports.
If my kid's into fucking chess and
I get into chess though.
Actually, yeah, I could get into chess.
I don't know.
But dude, if he's into orchestra and that's his life and I have to go sit through a ton of orchestra performances.
That I wouldn't like that as much as if my kid was star baseball player. But I think I would want to, be
get behind it.
Yeah, for sure. If my son or daughter wants to get into ballet or whatever the fuck, hell yeah.
Yeah.
My sister broke her arm doing ballet.
Snap?
Well, it wasn't
wrong direction.
It wasn't compound fracture, but she broke her elbow. Yeah.
Advocate personnel. Oh, I thought that said they punch their children.
They punish their children.
Advocate personalities push their children to think independently, make their own choices, and develop their own beliefs.
Seems like you would force your beliefs upon them.
Ultimately, advocate parents tend to realize that it isn't a sign of failure if their children turn out differently than they'd expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, a lot of what I say, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'd love my kid regardless.
I'm not gonna. Wait, what about if he murders someone though?
No, dude, if my kid
we'll see.
Intentionally murder, not if it's accidental, but if it's intentional,
we'll see.
Fuck that kid.
We'll see.
All right, career paths. I mean, they tend to seek career paths that align with their values rather than ones that offer status and material gain. Fortunately, people with this personality type are able to find work that suits them in just about any field. I'm very versatile.
You think so? I don't know.
Yeah, I could find success in any field.
I could not see John being an engineer.
Well, no, what it says here, advocates have trouble deciding which job is best for them because they're able to imagine so many possibilities. Their personalities may see 10 wildly different paths forward, each with its own set of rewards. This can be exciting but also stress-inducing because picking just one means letting go of so many others. That's big facts. Well, it said something about advocates tend to be self-employed because they don't like having to listen to other people's rules, kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know where it says
I feel that too. All right, well, I'm definitely gonna bring Thanksgiving. We're gonna do this at the table.
With your
not
family?
at the table. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this to my family.
No, when I
sure.
showed it to my parents, they were they were just mind blown at how cool it was to hear. Because I guarantee. So yours is different. Everyone I've done it to has a different one, and I haven't done it with my sister yet, but I guarantee hers is also going to be different. And it's just really cool to me that there's 16 categories, but it is pretty crazy that
and you're nothing like your parents, right? Your parents were completely different than you.
Yeah, and it's just weird that every person probably falls into one of these 16 categories.
Yeah.
But that those 16 can be drastically different.
Dude, but Kanye, where is he? He might just be his own, dude.
Yeah, there's probably certain people that feel like they don't relate to any of these.
Yeah, that actually would be crazy. I mean, you were even saying that you feel like a person sometimes where you feel like not a lot of people understand you and not a lot of people are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And clearly there are people like you, but there's people that are even more extreme that that. How frustrating would that be for nobody to ever understand you and see where you're coming from ever?
Yeah. Or if you, I think of Elon Musk, where he's someone who's just their brain is so different.
Yeah.
That it's got to be infuriating.
Yeah. He looks at everyone else. He's like, you're all fucking stupid.
Yeah. And I feel that way sometimes, and I'm not even smart.
I feel that way too, and I'm not smart.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I agree.
I also just wonder, there are some people that are just so simple and just nothing really. I don't want to, this sounds mean, but like nothing redeeming about them. They're just kind of there, and they just go through the motions. It feels like they just go through the motions of life.
But they're okay with it.
Yeah, and that's the kind of person that like we would be having a conversation, I would ask questions and they just would not ask back. And I'm like, what do you want in your life? Like, do you not care about anyone else, or do you not care to like dig any deeper in anything at all? Like, some people literally, they just exist. And I'm like, how? Why are you here?
I know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, and it's like, and when we say that, we don't mean it in like a hateful way. It's more of like I want to understand you.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I almost envy, in some ways I envy that, because it's like, I want to be, there's some people that are so carefree in their approach to life that I'm kind of jealous, because it's like, you really just don't give a fuck. And it's kind of cool.
And there's always those people that are just kind of the lovable idiot that like, they're kind of dumb, but they'll end up being okay in their life, but they just don't really get that worked up about things, and they just kind of like, nothing really bothers them because they're kind of dumb. And like, that's why I was saying I'd rather be really stupid than really smart, because I just wouldn't care. I would be completely fine being dumb.
Yeah. I think at least for me, I've learned, I think part of what stresses me out, or like gets me worked up sometimes, and why people think I'm like, can be like really angry sometimes, is like, my brain is like future oriented. Yeah. So any action, the future, the thought of what that means for the future is always the first result, kind of. And I think people like you're describing, I think they're much more present people. Like, they're much more, they don't even think about the future. Like, how is this going to affect future John? Yeah. That probably doesn't cross their mind as much. And so as a result, it doesn't bother them as much. Because I'm not going to say their name, but you and I both know someone who, maybe they're not like this anymore, but they used to have this mindset of like, oh, got in a car crash? That's too bad. And just kind of like, but like something that would, for me, it would ruin my whole day. Yeah. And I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? And like, but there are people that are just like, oh, damn.
Like, just nothing gets to them. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Like, how? It shows you how different people are, and why we all got to try and understand each other and love each other, because everyone's different.
Yeah, that's true. Make sure you before you get in an argument with someone, have them take that test so you can understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. My dad was saying, he's like, the psychologists or whoever created that test, they can probably talk to someone, and within a few minutes, they can probably notice in their mind, like, oh, you're a IFTP.
Well, even people that were commenting on the video were saying like, yeah, that totally fits Kyle, or like, I think John would be this. It's like, what?
Yeah, so let us know what you guys are, and if you think, if you know anyone that's like us or whatever you guys are, I'm curious.
Yeah. Okay. Should we hop into our segments?
One more thing. Can I tell my dream?
Yeah. John had a dream.
So my boy Matt Mogg, big part of this dream.
Wow.
I texted him this morning, said it might have been one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had. So, 2 parts to this dream.
2 parts.
One part involves chess. One part involves me having a baby. Okay. So, first part of the dream, I'm watching the show called The Queen's Gambit right now, she's like a chess prodigy, so that's definitely where this part came from. But I was in a chess tournament in my auxiliary gym from my old high school.
Nice. A lot of games played there.
Yeah, so I walk in, and there's like tables set up all around, kind of like, it's like an open bracket kind of. And I was at like a corner table, and my opponent had a bottle of champagne. And I was like,
they're going to celebrate because they know.
Yeah, so they had it, and somehow I understood that like they had that because they knew they were going to win. They knew they were going to beat me that easily. And then, so we played, and I had won, but the judge had like turned his back. And as he turned his back, the opponent moved my thing.
Wow.
And then it made me look like I lost. So when the guy turned around, he said I lost. And I was like, I lost it.
That is symbolism for someone trying to get ahead in life by
stepping on others.
By stepping on others or shortchanging others. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was pissed. So I took his champagne bottle. And I was I remember trying to I went to spike it on the ground, but before I let go, I realized, I was like, no, I'm not strong enough to shatter it on the ground. Like, I didn't think I would throw it hard enough to shatter it.
I mean,
I probably would have, but in my dream.
Yeah.
So instead, I looked up and I launched it at the ceiling, and it fell back down and then shattered on the ground. Glass flew everywhere, and then I ran. Next day I wake up, and there's like an email going around. And Matt was like, yo, you emailed me to sign your petition. And so I checked, and the petition said, like, sign this if you think John should be expelled from school for shattering glass in the gym.
Wow.
And I was trying to get people to basically say I shouldn't be expelled.
Wow. Did you get expelled?
I don't know. But then that was one part.
Okay.
That wasn't the cool part. The cool part.
That was pretty cool, though.
So I'm like at some random house, and Matt calls me and says, yo, you had a baby. Do you want me to bring it over? And I was like,
you left it over at my house.
Yeah.
Want a pack?
Yeah, so I was like, all right, bet, bring it over.
All right.
So Matt shows up, and he has like a baby in like the cloth or whatever, like straight from the hospital
Swaddled.
or something. So he gives me this baby. The whole dream, I kept misplacing the baby. I just could not find the baby. Like, and I remember, like, all of our friends were over. It was like a family reunion with all of our friends. Like, everyone you could think of was there.
Okay.
And everyone was celebrating, but I kept fucking losing the baby. And so I remember, and then every time I'd go to ask, I'd be like, Kyle, do you know where? But I'd blank on my baby's name.
What's his face? The little guy.
Yeah. Every time I'd forget the baby's name.
Wow. Seemed like a bad father, absent father.
So eventually, I kept so I'd be like, Kyle, do you know where the baby is? You're like, oh, yeah, I saw it in the backyard. So I'd go find the baby in the backyard, take it somewhere. Immediately, poof, the baby's missing again. So eventually, we finally find the baby after missing like 10 times, and it was buried under the bark in my backyard.
Was it alive?
Yeah, it was alive, but it had like dust and like shit on it.
Gross.
And then I remember its name was Spring.
Spring. Spring Farrar.
Yeah. Okay, so then I find Spring, and I'm holding it.
All right.
And then the cops bust down the door, and they go grab Matt, and Matt was apparently wanted for murder.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have buried a baby. So,
yeah. So like, they try and pry Matt, but he was so focused. He was on a Mac working on beats, and he was like, get the fuck off me. I'm working on my beat. Get the fuck. And he lost his mind. Cops had to pull him out of my house.
Wow.
Mid-beat. And, yeah. And then he got dragged out of my house.
And that was kind of the conclusion.
Yeah, I found Spring. Matt got dragged out.
That's good.
Yeah.
I hope the rest of the day went well. I mean,
yeah, so I don't know what any of that meant.
I think that for Matt, it's like he's going to work so hard on his beats that nothing can get him away from it, you know?
Except the cops.
Except the cops. And then you, I guess, you're not ready for children, obviously.
I misplace them. I forget their names.
You leave them at people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean.
But I might be a single father because the wife was nowhere to be found.
Maybe she was on vacation.
After having the baby.
Yeah, just a little
getaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, there we go, guys. Today we have just why'd you Google that? Because last episode we did fan questions with Steve.
Yes, sir.
We wanted to have like a special episode, so if you guys haven't seen that, go check that out. Before we do why'd you Google that, Kyle, where can people leave a review for the show?
Oh, you can leave a You can leave a review on the Apple Podcast app if you have any sort of iDevice, iPad, iPod, iPhone,
iPod Shuffle.
You could have a Mac or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, you just go to the icon, find Peak to Middle School, get rate us 5 stars, leave a review. That would be super helpful for us. Get us to 500 reviews. That means a lot. It helps a lot.
Yes, do it. Thank you. Okay. All right, Kyle.
Yes.
What'd you Google this week?
So I Googled, has a person ever been, and then I got eaten by a whale popped up.
All right.
And because we saw the video the other day of that whale, hitting that kayak basically and almost swallowing a human being.
Yeah.
And I was like, in all of the world and all of time, this had to have happened once. And it says a sperm whale did ram and sink the whale ship Essex in 1820.
Wait, but it ate a whole ship?
No, it rammed into it and it sunk it. Probably poked a hole in it or something. Boats in 1820 weren't very sturdy. They weren't, but there's no reliable reports that a sperm whale has ever eaten a human being.
just a sperm whale. What about like a?
Well,
those are the biggest ones.
Let's see.
I have to imagine.
Okay, there's a man that claimed he stayed inside of a whale for 3 days and 3 nights. But I mean, can we really believe him? He ate raw fish.
What?
And he has a light from his waterproof watch. All right.
He lived inside the stomach. Did he get shit out? Or did he climb out the esophagus?
I got to click on this now. A Spanish fisherman who drowned in the sea is back. What? He just said he drowned, but he said he's back. With a very interesting story. This doesn't make any sense. The man who disappeared for several days after he went overboard, Luigi Marquez, claims that he was swallowed by a whale. For 3 days and 3 nights he stayed inside, eating only fish and using the light of his watch. This great beast swallowed me in the morning after the storm.
All right.
So I don't believe that at all.
He
said it was a horrible stench of decomposition.
See, like, no one's going to believe him because it probably didn't happen.
Yeah.
But, like, what if it did?
I mean, that would be crazy. It says he was flushed out.
So he got pooped out? Yeah,
How big is the butthole?
There's no way.
No way. I'm not buying that, Luigi. Nice try.
Nice try, bud.
What'd you Google?
With my dream and my baby's name just changing all the time, I Googled how late can you change a baby's name? Because, like, at what age is the baby's name just its name?
Like, you're just John now.
Yeah.
Like, it's too late to make you,
now,
something cooler.
I found a few interesting things.
I mean, you can change your child's name whenever, I think, right? Well, can I?
So it says you can change the name of a child's birth certificate up to 6 to 12 months to, like, make any changes off the bat.
That's kind of crazy, dude. Imagine being... I mean, it is necessary in some situations. Let's say you named it after a family member, and then you found out that family member is like a murderer or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't want to be named, like, Ted after Ted Bundy.
Yeah. But then it also says... So if the parents can apparently just choose to not name a baby... And if the parent, I don't know why, but if the parents refuse to officially, like, write the official alias or, like, name of the baby, then it's handled by hospital staff.
So they pick names?
Yeah. So, like, if the parents just don't, they'll just go to the doctor that delivered it and be like, "Yo, what's his name?" And he can be like, Zachariah.
Wow.
Eduardo. Like, possibilities are endless.
Wow, that's great. I mean, I bet that happens. I mean, I bet there's parents that can't decide, and then they ask the hospital guy, and he's like, I don't know, fucking Jeff.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, that's good. All right, let's do Jeff.
He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Right, sick. No.
Yeah, so apparently you can change it up to a year, but then even after a year, you can still change it. But I think there's more steps involved
and stuff.
I'm gonna change. I stand by it. At some point, I will legally change my name, and then I'll legally change it back to John at some point, just for the memes. I will.
Okay. I don't believe you, but if that happens, all right, cool. Nice, dude.
Can we, like, will you give me something?
No, but
will you give me like $10?
I'll give you $10 if you do that.
Yeah,
sure.
Let's go. All right. Well, guys, you learn something new every day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Now you know more about me and Kyle.
Good.
Who do you think was better as a human? Kyle's sounded pretty good.
Mine was pretty dope. I mean,
like, Kyle's didn't have a whole lot of negatives, really, from what I remember.
other than, self-esteem and, like, crowds or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, there's new episodes every single Monday and Thursday, so go watch it. Full YouTube versions, full video versions on YouTube. Get us to 2,500 subs. And, Kyle, where can they follow you?
Instagram at KyleSafford36. Follow the podcast at PIMS Podcast. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. If you're looking for merch, go to pims.store.
Pims.store. Check it out. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/PIMSPodcast where you guys get extra content every single month. So go check that out. There's 3 tiers, and it helps support the show. It's awesome. You guys can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And with that being said, see you guys next time. Bye.